Hello, everybody, and welcome to Row 60, a Georgia football podcast. My name is Clark Gaines. Joining me today, as always, Adam Thornton, and this is show number 33. The Dogs, Adam, are 2-0.
Boom! And number one, Clark. Number one in the AP poll for the first time 2 consecutive years, man. So back-to-back dynasty is building in Athens. Times couldn't get any better. Let's roll. Yep. Let's roll, baby.
Adam, here's a fun fact for you.
All right, give it to me.
I'm going to go ahead and start these off right quick.
Give it to
Georgia
me,
has been ranked number 1 or number 2 in 16 of the past 18 polls, with the other 2 weeks at number 3. From 1981 to 2016, the Dogs were ranked in the top 2 a total of 10 times.
Awesome, Clark. I'm telling you, that just means a dynasty is brewing in Athens. Kirby's got this is just clicking. Everything is just clicking, man. It's the best time to be a Georgia Bulldog fan, man, and we got to just treasure it. We got to treasure it. I talked about it last week, and I've talked about it just last year as well, that we have to soak in these times, Clark. It is the best times. I want everybody to get just fired up about it, man. Just really just enjoy it. Watch the reruns of these games, man. Just soak in it. Just bathe in it. Just strut about it, man. Yeah. Strut about it to everybody that you see and let them know, man, that these are the glory years of Georgia football. Everybody knows it, man. Our rivals are down right now. They know it. They're scared. And Clark, special times coming this year, man. Special times are coming.
Yes. The Dogs just beat Sanford 33-0 this past Saturday. It was a fun day in Sanford. Glad to be back home in Sanford Stadium. It was an overcast day. Good showing from the Bulldog faithful. I was really impressed with how many people showed up, despite there being rumors of rain on the radar. So, really good to see, everybody in the red and black. Good to be back on row 60.
Yes, sir, Clark. Man, I tell you, every time that we come back to Sanford Stadium for another year, Clark, I bow my head and I thank the good Lord for letting me come back one more year. Just one more time being back in Sanford Stadium to watch Georgia football, to see the people that is our family that we get to see every year when we come to Sanford Stadium and sit in row 60 in section 108. And being able to fellowship doing that is a special time. It's something we're blessed to do, Clark, and we don't take advantage of it enough of just relishing in it, man. Yeah. So that's what I want to do. And as I get older, I do every opportunity I get to go watch a game at Sanford Stadium is just take it in as much as I can because it does mean so much to us, man. But it was a great day. Dog fans did show up with the weather and everything and the opponent. A lot of buzz, a lot of excitement, man. And just overall, just good day. Good.
Absolutely.
I mean, for an early September kickoff, Clark, that nice breeze.
Yeah.
Felt fall, man. You get that football weather that we talk about. Get some chills, man.
That's right.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Get fall here, man. Get
Absolutely.
some cold weather here. I love it.
Adam, we had several listeners stop by. Jake Tench, Andrew Thomas, Joshua Tompkins, and a friend that we just met, Rick.
Yeah, Rick, a guy who is on row 60 as well with us. Rick, he gave us some good insight talking to him and everything at DGD.
Yes.
At DGD. And I think, Clark, we need to talk about and bring up a discussion that he has brought up and that we have talked about before. Do you want to go ahead and dive into this part of it, or you want to wait a little bit? Let's do it. I mean, we talk about it. We critique. We break down game day atmosphere. And as a Georgia Bulldog fan right now, when we talk about negatives, there's not many of them that we could talk about. But, we have to talk about the pros and the cons. We can't just be just 100% just everything's great, right? Okay, let me just tell you one thing that Rick brought up to our attention, and something we hadn't mentioned on this podcast, but we have mentioned to each other before.
Right.
Clark. That is the sing-along karaoke and the timing when the sing-along karaoke is in the stadium, Clark. What do you think about it?
I don't really like the "Don't Stop Believing." The Sweet Caroline, I think we need to axe that in general. That's a Penn State. That's a Big Ten.
That's a Fenway part. That is a Boston Red Sox baseball. Good time, right after seventh inning stretch, maybe just a song to pass time in baseball, man.
Exactly.
You're not getting rowdy at a baseball game, really. So I'm not a fan of Sweet Caroline. Don't Stop Believing is something maybe a good tune you run while you're taking a light jog. A light jog. Not a heavy jog, but a light jog. It's just a feel-good anthem, I mean, I understand, but it's not a hype. Like, get your adrenaline just amp to the core, that's more AC/DC we didn't bring in.
Van Halen.
That's what Van Halen, baby. But, Journey, I'm not a big Journey fan for somebody that just want to get my adrenaline going.
Right.
Also, Living on a Prayer, Bon Jovi. I love 80s hair metal, Clark.
Right.
I'm a big 80s hair metal advocate, but I just, I mean, living on a prayer, I think would be the best one because those are the three that you hear.
Right.
Those are the three that you hear. And it's okay to do them, especially against Sanford. Sanford, for all I care, we could go through the whole 26 letters of the alphabet and sing them together in unison.
Yes.
That's fine. But what I'm talking about is pivotal home games and what we talked about with Rick at just crucial moments where we really need to get some hip hop going, man, to really get the players' juice, the fans' juice. I'll bounce around with it.
Yeah.
I don't really know any hip hop songs, but I'm all about bouncing around and getting fired up, man. If that's what we got to do to get a fever pitch in the stadium, man, crank up some Young Jeezy, crank up some Lil Wayne, crank up some
Moneybag Yo. That's another
Quavo. He's
Quavo. Yeah, there you go.
That's a friend of the program.
Yeah.
Quavo. I don't know what he sings. I don't know what he sings, but I'm sure it's something that'll get the juices going for all the guys out there. I like the music. When the music hits the players is when you see them doing a little one of these things, man.
In the huddle,
doing a little one of these things. Kind of bobbing their head, moving. And that makes me want to do it. I'm not really feeling the music. That's not my type of music, but that's okay. It's as long as what the 18 to 22-year-olds want to get them just juiced a little bit, get the electricity going. So anyway, we need to work on that, Sanford Stadium. Appropriate music at the appropriate time. Hire somebody that could really just kind of evaluate, feel the pulse of the crowd, and know what to throw out there at the right time. You have a DJ, man, utilize it.
Yes.
Okay.
The karaoke cam has got to get
all
better.
Right. So anyway, karaoke cam. Yes, the karaoke cam has got to get better.
Adam,
that's what we got to improve on. All right.
Give us that weekly concession stands report. Does a hot dog need to be better?
Hot dog made a return, man, back in Sanford Stadium. I got a hot dog, so I was excited to get that, and it was great. I enjoyed getting a hot dog, Clark. I'll be honest with you. I didn't like the burn marks on it.
Ooh.
When I eat a hot dog, Clark, I wanted a grilled hot dog. I want some black on it, man.
Yeah.
I want to see it burnt a little bit, and they wasn't there completely. Okay. It was a good hot dog. I mean, I would be a selfish guy really to say that it was a bad hot dog, but it can be improved upon.
Okay.
But it's early in the season. It's the first home game, man. So you can't you can't fault that to a big extreme. So that's all right. Popcorn was good, but I tell you what, Clark. Let me show you. I told you we were going to feature something about the concession stands every week. Something just besides a hot dog grading, All right. Sanford Stadium released some national championship cups. We'll put up a picture of them on YouTube here. I don't have one in front of me. But beautiful. You got one. I got one. Everybody got one that was there in attendance. God bless them, man. It's something you put on the mantle and you tell your grandchildren about. You were there that day to get the national championship holographic cup. But it was holographic, Clark. It was holographic. You can spin it. The image kind of just bounce, kind of a 3D visual effect. Yeah. And I like that. It pops at you, man. It pops at you that we were national champions. And, the return of the holographic cup, the souvenir cup, something that was really popular in the SEC around circa 05 to 07. You saw it in a lot of stadiums back in them days. So to come back, man, and come back with a bang, it's like we were waiting to bring it back, the retro cup of the hologram until the holograph that it was for a national championship. So good on the graphic design team. Let's give them a hand for that.
Great job, Josh Brooks.
Worth $7. Worth $7. Absolutely worth $7, man. So anyway, great cup design. So my Coke was good in it too.
Good.
So man, good strong fountain Coke, man. A good strong fountain Coke. Gotta love that at a ball game, Clark.
It sounds like you had a good day with
it. Was good. It was good. They showed out like normal, service good, everything. Boom, tip of the hat to the Sanford Stadium concessions team.
One thing I'm a little disappointed in.
Give it to me. What are you disappointed in?
And I got my pack of M&Ms, got my Sprite, got the holographic cup and everything. All good. But now the popcorn bucket. We didn't get a popcorn bucket. You got a popcorn bucket. Yes. Adam, I was just bummed about the design of the popcorn bucket. Okay, it had a Showtime, just generic movie theater design. Yeah. And I hate it.
You're right. We're not at Cinemax. We're not at the Amstar 14 down the road, man. This hit in 2000. This hit in the year 2000. We're not going to movie theaters these days, so we don't want a movie reel on our popcorn box. That's cheap. And I agree with that, Clark. You pointed that out. When I noticed it, I was like, that's an issue. Right. We need to have a G on our popcorn box or the new Bulldog head. Something that just says,
stands out.
I'm a Sanford Stadium popcorn box. Not some generic from the down the road at the Cinemax.
Right. Now I've got a great idea, Adam.
All right.
Refillable popcorn buckets.
Absolutely, man. Even if you, do that, that would be a great thing. That would really get the people jacked about getting some popcorn. Even if you can't refill it, do that. Put a sticker on the bottom of it and at least give you one refill.
There you go.
And then you get that sticker tore off of it. Right. You get your last refill. I would be good with that. That would make some sense, man. Because a lot of popcorn's wasted every Saturday.
Agreed.
That a lot of people around the world would like to have. So we need to utilize it. If you have it baked, you have it cooked, you have it popped, let the people have a chance to get it, man. Especially in the economy we're in right now. Give us some deals coming to these games. We can't ask to be like Georgia Tech, who gives you a popcorn box, gives you a souvenir yellow jacket, a free hat, a free jersey, a free
pays you money to come to their football game.
Basically pays your mortgage to come see them play. I'm telling you, that's what they're doing on the flats these days. Seriously, you look it up. They got a heck of a deal if you want to go to the historic Grant Field to watch the Yellow Jackets play. So anyway, but overall good day. Good day. Can't complain, man. Can't complain.
Great day.
Good.
All right, let's jump to some more fun facts, Adam.
Give it to me.
All right, this is the 9th shutout win since 2016 for Georgia. That's the most in FBS during that time frame. Georgia remains 23-0 against FCS teams over the past 40 years.
Nice.
That's a good
That's
thing.
a good thing. You don't want that. You do not want that. Trust me, you do not want to get beat by an FCS opponent. It's something that stays with you, something that you just can't get off like a stain in your shirt, man. That doesn't leave the program. There ain't no bleach that could really clean that.
That's true. Very true. And Georgia has outscored its first two opponents 82-3.
Awesome.
Golly, that's amazing.
Yes.
I think that speaks to Kirby and this staff. Let's call it how it was. Let's just talk about the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I got a lot to say about it.
I wasn't super impressed by our performance.
No.
It just seemed very vanilla, very bland, and that's okay. We got the W. We escaped, injury-free, and that's, really all we needed to do.
Right, Clark. After hearing that A.D. Mitchell's going to be okay after getting injured on the first offensive play of the game, Clark, he's going to be fine. That's when all reports say. Getting out of that game, especially with the weather and the possibility of that was the most nerve-wracking thing. Clark, you look at it, 33-0 against Sanford is not a sexy score per se. Absolutely not, man. But as crazy as this sounds, I think it is the game that Kirby Smart would love to see. Now, hear me out on that. Is obviously he's not excited about how some stuff went, but what he loves about is you got those guys' attention again after a huge opening game win on national television against Oregon in a neutral site in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, on top of the world, mountaintop offense. Conversation, the best in the nation. Then you come, and it's a little bit of a humbling experience. You could tell that the focus just wasn't there, Clark. You could tell that the focus could have been a little bit better on the offensive side of the football, man. You heard maybe the practice wasn't as to the standard and expectation that it should be. Mm-hmm. But, Clark, I feel all in all, the offense moved the ball. But a lot of times in the red zone, man, we stalled out. We stalled out in the red zone, kicked 3 field goals and then missed another 54-yarder. 4 field goals.
Actually kicked 5. We attempted 5.
Okay, that's right. 4. Okay, good deal. Looking at that, man, if you convert in the red zone, you fly down and get inside the 20, you're in the red zone, we don't punch it in, your score, you are above that 50-point threshold. Right. You're above that mark. And I think one thing that is exciting is you have something to really motivate these guys. Get on their tail, get them fired up, and you see a big juice team coming into to Columbia, man. A lot of excitement there. I think get the focus back in order. I think one play that I think was a really big eye-opener and learning experience was Stetson Bennett tried to make another unbelievable scramble, have about a 13-yard sack, man. Mm-hmm. You learned that in that situation, man, you could throw the ball away a little bit. You're still in field goal position at that point in time, so just throw the ball away and get 3 points right there. And instead, it sets up for a longer field goal that was missed. Just stuff like that you're going to get in the film room and see and improve upon, man. And if you're gonna have that game, it's hard to play like the 7 first drives went in Mercedes-Benz Stadium on opening week for the offense all through the year, man. So if you're going to have that game, have it then. Let me just talk about just some things real quick, Clark, and then I'll let you talk a little bit. The offensive line, I don't think the run blocking is where we want it at yet. Mm-hmm. I feel like we run better towards the left side of the offensive line. But I also, not all that is on the offensive line, Clark, and I'm definitely not as knowledgeable as some people are on it, but I feel like our running backs could be a little bit more patient at times, letting holes develop. I think there was a lot of times when we run the football that we cut back into some traffic and some lane instead of just kind of waiting, seeing the field real good. I know it comes with time, especially especially with these guys being the main guys now. No James Cook, no Zamir White. So it's going to come with time. But I think these guys can be a little bit more patient, letting the holes develop. And we've got to do a little bit better at that. And we should see that this Saturday come to fruition, I believe. And just some of that stuff. But all in all, man, they look good. I mean, Stetson Bennett had over 300 yards or close to 300 yards passing. You get down there, you just got to capitalize in the red zone, man.
Right.
And that's what they're going to be working on this week. And also, Clark, it has to be said, this was treated like a scrimmage. It was a very vanilla game plan. You got a lot of guys in, got a lot of guys reps. And I mean, really, it was a glorified scrimmage. And how distributed the ball to a lot of people. A lot of guys got touches. A lot of guys got some game experience that is going to pay dividends on down the road, man. And I think that was the main objective. And also, one thing is Kirby, it was respectable. He was not going to go out there and just embarrass a guy who gave him his first collegiate coaching job back in the early 2000s at Valdosta State, a good friend, and Chris Hatcher. So you play, I mean, obviously there were some things that needed to be improved upon, but I'm not worried about it whatsoever. No. I think it sets up great, actually, how it went. Honestly, I think it went better, and it's going to be better for the rest of the year for how this game played out instead of going out there and beating them 6-0, Clark.
Yeah. 25 first downs, moving against Sanford, not super impressive, but, got some momentum there. 15 different guys caught a pass at them. That was great. Yeah. Like you mentioned just a second ago, we did distribute the ball all over the field. Got some young guys in, and that's really important. We mentioned this before. Getting those guys reps, even against a team like Sanford, live reps against an opponent, that's big.
Exactly.
Kendall was our leading rusher. He had 10 carries for 85 yards. Stetson went 24 for 35, 300 yards passing and a touchdown.
Yes.
Carson and Brock both saw the field. It was good.
Yep.
And then Kenny Mack was our leading receiver with 5 receptions for 61 yards. I think Kenny Mack may be the leading receiver.
Well, Clark, he's on the team dynamic, and such a weapon catching the ball out of the backfield. I think he is actually better when he catches the ball out of the backfield, making plays in space on the outside, on the perimeter right there doing that. And, of course, he makes some big plays, too, when he's getting the ball handed off to him as well. But that's where he's utilizing, I think, his best at. Kendall Milton looks good, man. Yeah. He looks strong. He looks healthy. Hopefully he can stay that way. Guy Kieris Jackson looks like he's back in shape and back to his old self that he was during the COVID year after a tough, banged-up 2021 season. So excited to see that for him. Don Blaylock getting back out there, man. Just some guys with this receiver core now that we know that A.D. Mitchell, that we could exhale. A.D. Mitchell's okay, because when you lose A.D. Mitchell, man, a guy who just came off in week 1 his best game that he's had at the University of Georgia, that receiving core goes down a little bit. So it was good to see that there wasn't a serious injury there. Guys, I really feel like on the offensive side of the football, a lot of playing time, a lot of experience. You score, you're up 30-0 going into halftime. Stetson plays a few series after that, and then the second string comes in for the majority, of course, of the second half, and we really didn't punch anything in there except a field goal on the second half. And but what I think, man, these coaches love it. They love it that it's a humbling experience, man. It gets these guys' attention. I mean, they're 18 to 22-year-old guys, man. They're not going to be just focused and locked in all the time. So, I mean, it's tough going after that and then going into a game in Sanford against an opponent like Samford and with the weather and everything, man. And then you're looking ahead to your first SEC game on the road the next week. All in all, man, a lot of learning experiences, and that's what I think Kirby and that coaching staff loves, is the opportunity to really build on a lot of stuff that happened against Sanford and get these guys focused, man. And we're going to see a ready football, a good, healthy, and focused football team going into Columbia, South Carolina this upcoming Saturday, Clark.
Definitely some things to improve upon. Georgia's defense this past Saturday looked really good again. 3 first downs allowed. Didn't really see much movement from Sanford's offense. I think they had 109 passing yards all game and then 19 rushing yards. So you're looking at what, 100? Ooh, my math. 28 yards total.
Awesome.
23 different guys got a tackle out.
That's great, man.
That's good.
A lot of hats football. Yes. That's what I like, Clark. That's a good defense, man. Is 11 hats flying to the football, Clark.
Yeah.
Whoa, I love it, man.
And if you're doing that against Sanford, then sure enough, you'll be doing that against South Carolina.
That's what I love about it, man, is I don't care. with the talent that Kirby's going to get in, year out, he is going to have a top 5 defense in the nation, Clark. This defense is looking good, man. Obviously, places that they can improve upon there on the perimeter and stuff. But these young guys just get more and more snaps. So we talked about it, Clark, in preseason. These guys just keep getting more and more game experience, getting in sync with the speed of the game at the collegiate level. And then the better they're going to get, the more awareness they're going to get on the defense side of football. The athletic abilities there, it's just going to improve, and it's all just getting that experience, getting getting caught up with the game speed, man. And they're there. Malachi Starks is impressive, man. He breaks on the football so quick, man. And Kamari Lassiter, all these freshman DBs, Javon Bullard, guys just really doing good. Some more freshman guys got in. On the defensive line, Clark, I was really impressed with how we did there. Younger guys that didn't see much action against Oregon. Barry Alexander got some. He looks like he's going to be a guy. Michael Williams.
Yep, Sean Washington.
He's going to be, yes, Sean Washington. Guys that this defensive line is just going to be good, and they're just going to keep getting better, man. The front's going to get better. Jamin Dumas Johnson, Clark, I got to tell you, I get excited. I hope our listeners, some can reference this, but there's a 90s country group called the Kentucky Headhunters. Clark. I really like the Kentucky Headhunters. Okay. And they have a song that let's all go down to Dumas Walker. So every time I hear Jamin Dumas Johnson on pop, I think of let's all go down with Jamin Dumas Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah, I think about the Dumas Walker. I come with the Dumas Dumas Johnson. So I think about the Kentucky Headhunters every time, and I think we should play that. We talked about that.
Really?
I think every time he gets a tackle, we need to play the Headhunters.
That
of course, let's
cool.
all go, and get a good. And I talked about the stadium music, but and we need more of the modern stuff that what the guys like. But that just personally, what I would love to hear the Kentucky Headhunters played every time that Jamin Dumas Johnson makes a tackle.
Yeah, I think just like baseball, we should have walkout songs for football.
Exactly.
But after the play,
to make it relevant to the guy's name. I like that. So that would be my Jamin Dumas Johnson, Big Pop, a guy I love at the second level on the inside, Clark, a freak, a physical freak out there, man, who's going to be a big time playmaker for us going forward this year. Anyway, love it.
Let me ask you, Adam, if you had a walkout song for any sport, football, baseball, whatever, what would it be?
Well, just for the adrenaline purposes, Money Talks, AC/DC. That opening guitar riff, down, it gets me juiced, man.
I love it.
It makes me want to run through a wall. How about you?
Ooh, probably some Dirty Deeds.
We can't agree that AC/DC is the ultimate hype artist for sports. I agree.
Oh boy. Anything else you want to say about Georgia's defense?
Defense, man, they're doing good. They're going to continue to improve. I expect them to do well again in Columbia. I'm excited about them, man. I think there's some stuff that they can improve upon in the perimeter, making some plays out there. But all in all, I feel like they did very well, and fundamentals are looking good, man. And some guys in the secondary is just elite.
Yeah.
Front seven is growing up every single week, and the guys on the back end that are new there are two guys are establishing leadership, Clark. I think one thing you're going to see this week after this performance on both sides of the football is leaders continue to step up and really put the stamp on it. This is their team and get them, back in focus. But that being said, Clark, really we can't complain. It was they still look great. Yeah. They're still a dominant football team, a talented football team that just keeps doing the right things, I feel like. And after what I saw this weekend, Clark, they're the best team in the country.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's something that I feel very confident in, not just being a Disney dog, red and black shaded glasses per se. Yeah. I feel confident in saying that this is the most talented team and the most dialed-in team in the country right now.
We'll get to those games this past week, other games outside of Athens. But yeah, I would agree. And let's give credit to Sanford. I mean, they did have a solid football team.
Yeah.
Obviously they were outmatched in every.
Clark, we talked about it, man. They put up 50-point. I know it's a different team. Every year the team's different, but this is a team and a culture Chris Hatcher has built that went to the swamp last year and put up 50-plus points.
That's true.
You know, so I mean, for a FCS level opponent, they're a respectable program, and really you got to give them their due, Clark. They did play hard. Those guys really played hard. They were well coached, man, and I'm glad that the game played out like it did, because like I said, I think the biggest thing and the best thing about it is there was no injuries for us that were huge, going to affect us later on, and it was a learning experience. Guys got some reps. It was treated like a scrimmage, and a lot of good film and a lot of good stuff, and a lot of humbling experiences in some ways that they're going to build upon this week. To get ready to go into SEC play opening up Saturday. So, love it.
Okay, special teams. Jackpot, he had a pretty good game. 4 for 5, missed one, 40-ish yards out, something like that.
And congrats to Jackpot, a guy we talked about earlier this year that might have had the yips per se a little bit, but the congratulations in order for has the highest made field goal percentage in Georgia history.
Really,
past his predecessor Rodrigo Blankenship. On Saturday.
I did not know that. That's a good fact.
So, you wouldn't. I didn't know that, but yeah. So,
man,
good on Jack Pod, man, and awesome.
Yeah, Brett Thorson, he had 3 punts. One, he bombed 48 yards. Yeah. So it's good to see him kicking it good.
Yeah.
I do think one of the punts, it was a little short. I mean, you wanna down that ball within the opponent's 10. I think he kicked it about the 15. I mean, I'm just nitpicking here, people. But, I'm sure his goal is to get it within that 10. That's what they want. Field position is going to be huge, especially moving forward. So, hopefully he becomes a weapon on the special teams.
As we've talked about, Clark, he has some monstrous shoes to fill with the absence of Jake Camardo as he's going on to the NFL. I think he did good getting out there, getting a couple punts. That was good that we were able to get him out there and get him some, man, and do that. I mean, it's not a good thing that you want your punt, but in this case, it would be good for him to get some stuff. This is a game where you would want to send him out there and be able to get some playing time and get some more kicks under his belt, man. One more thing to add for me in the special teams, Clark, is I think Ladd McConkey is doing a great job on punt returns. Had one good return where he got upfield, got some positive yardage out of it. I think cross midfield one time, broke some tackles, man, found a hole and got upfield for some good positive yardage, man. So a guy back there looks confident returning the ball, and a guy I think is going to be a valuable asset in the punt return game.
Adam, do you still close your eyes when the punt is happening?
Well, I didn't Saturday.
Okay,
and there was really no pivotal time in week one. Right. But in South Carolina, I will. But yes, that is the most nerve-wracking play in college football to me, because there's nothing more demoralizing, as I've watched football throughout the years, is for your favorite team to have a big defensive stand, Clark, and then botch a punt. Then botch a punt, and then all momentum just swings, because usually they're going to get the ball inside of on the opponent on 20 in the red zone, so, and just easily can punch it in right there. So it's just it's demoralizing, man. But luckily, that hadn't been a problem in Athens for quite some time.
Right. So, right. Oh man, well, good times. I mean, great game, Sanford. 33-0. We took care of business, and now it's time to move on.
Hey, it's not sexy, Clark, but we're not out for sexy.
That's right.
We're not out for the flash and the glamour, man. We are here to improve every single week. Yeah. We are here to just do what we got to do. That's what I love about Kirby. He doesn't care what the media says. He doesn't care about just making it just a 70-0 game, just running up the score. He is about improving his football team, and I think that is what he has got. He got a foundation. I can't say it enough, and that because I want to instill in people's mind when they talk about it this week to people, when people bring up, he only beat Sanford 33-0. Yes, I'm not going to sugarcoat. There's some places that you wish that we could have capitalized better. Red zone offense, got to the quarterback a little bit better on defense. But, Clark, the big thing people have got to take home, and I will say it again, is guys got reps, and there's a lot of stuff on film that you could build upon that is going to make Georgia better in weeks to come. So I'm excited about that, man. Going to be a tough week of practice for these guys. I can promise you that. So, but that means that'll equal to they're dialed in, ready to go in Williams-Brice Stadium, and I'm 100% confident in saying that this team will definitely be getting off the bus. So, we used to worry about some teams getting off the bus, Clark,
2012
when we went to Williams-Brice. Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. 2014 really too was not good, not a good showing. So, but no, that is one thing as a fan we will not have to worry about. This team will be dialed in and focused and get off the bus, man. So,
all right, Georgia at South Carolina this Saturday noon kickoff. Thank goodness, don't have to be out there too late. Can get back in time to watch a couple good games later on. Georgia opens, Adam, as a 24-point favorite.
That's stout, man.
That is.
Even anywhere on the road outside of Nashville in the SEC, that's pretty stout. That's pretty stout, man. That's big. Williams-Brice Stadium, Clark, you just alluded to it. We've had some bad memories in there. During the Spur area, that place can get rocking. I'm glad it's not a night game because it doesn't matter what Carolina's record is. Those fans show up and they get loud. You get in that upper deck, that stadium starts to sway. You feel like it's about to collapse, and it's a tough environment to play in. Is going to be a great test for our younger guys and this team starting off, man.
Yeah. If they ain't swaying, they ain't playing.
That's it, boy. That's what they say.
Yeah. If you're going to this game, well, hold up. If you're not, if you're on the fence about going to this game, go to this game. All right, we need you there. We need all the red and black we can get.
Well, really, you need to go and it's one of those life experiences, Clark, where you go and you're thankful for what you have.
Yes,
you see what others have and what others have to go. You think about the South Carolina fan traveling up from North Augusta with their Gamecock apparel on, going up to Willie B, getting excited to go to Columbia, South Carolina. Just the magnificent city that it is. Just the beautiful landscape that is Columbia. Just beautiful weather. Every time you go in that stadium, you get a breeze and you just feel good.
Nice.
I mean, of course, being 100% sarcastic right there. It is a place that you will be thankful for Athens, Georgia. When you go, you got to experience it. Hottest place on earth.
Yeah.
The armpit of the Southeast.
The cesspool of the South.
I mean, a lot of people agree on that. I've had conversations with people around the league, Clark.
I mean, it's like
and it is. It is. I mean, it is.
It's like a fairground. Like, truly.
The campus is nowhere near it. It's just, it used to have made some improvements the past year. Kind of dress up the place, if you will. Kind of get it a little bit more kind of appealing to folks. Putting lipstick on a pig, I might say, is exactly what they did here in the past few years at old Willie B. And man, it's just an experience you have to experience one time. But you will be thankful for Athens, and you will be thankful for Sanford Stadium once you go to this place.
And traditions. Like actual traditions. I'm not talking about sandstorm. That's
like and you will. I encourage everybody to go see the point of pride that they have over there, and that is the 1969 ACC championship
and the 2010 SEC East championship.
That is right.
If that's even a thing.
That is right. They did, because they won it in 1969. The ACC. That was their only conference. It was 1969.
It is the sole. Yes, 1969.
I wanted to make sure. I thought that was it, but then I got to thinking, man, if we put that on the board and alluded to it, and we got that wrong, that would backfire on us. But yeah. So anyway, so not much tradition there. But a team, I mean, that has got our number in the past and derailed many successful seasons. I think the worst, man, was 07. That was in Athens. Blake Mitchell in South Carolina. Spurrier's second year popped us. They beat us, really had a run from 10 to 14 that was really rough. I mean, losing Marcus Lattimore and them in South and in Willie B 2010 and 11 we get beat by them, and 12 was just throttling. That was a top 5, number 5 versus number 6 primetime game day there. Clark, that game. Man, I've never heard a stadium so loud in my life, and
we were in the upper deck. It's not like we had noise funneled down.
It was a. I tell you, I knew right when. That's the first time I have ever seen a like one of the military things that was so great. They cut some onions in the section I was in when this happened. They bring the family out, and the guy, military man or woman, is on the board. Talking to the family, wishes they could be there. Loves them. Everybody's applauding for his or her service, and the family's getting emotional. Then you turn around and the guy's walking behind them, and to surprise them. That's the first time I'd seen that. The place erupted, and I just knew from that moment we're going to get in trouble. I mean, we were in trouble, but it was a time, man. And then 14 was a bad game. I'll never forget that. Should have gave Gurley the ball on in the goal line right there. But hey, that's in the past. But people need to know. People need to know what we've gone through there. But luckily, the past couple times we've been there, especially in 2018, that's the kind of game I'm thinking it's going to be again. A repeat of 2018. So exciting.
Where it's a little more overhyped than it should be.
Right.
I agree. South Carolina coming in this game, they had 2 key injuries, I think, on the defense side of the ball. 2 of their starting linebackers, I believe, one's a linebacker, one's an edge rusher, are out as of right now. That's what Shane Beamer, nice guy Shane Beamer,
Shane
Let's take
Beamer,
a moment.
Let's take a time to talk about Coach Beamer. Coach Beamer is a guy I really like his moxie.
Ooh,
Can we say
good
that?
word, Adam. Yeah.
You know, we have always talked about he looks like the generic father in the family picture frame that you see on the Walmart aisle when you're getting a picture frame. You know, a guy who, Clark, I feel like he's the youth pastor at the church across town that you see at the buffet after you go to church and you go on Sunday. He's the first table there to always get up, put his napkin on the table and shake your hand and ask you how you're doing, man. Yeah. Just a guy who's always the first of the office on Monday mornings and writing an inspirational quote on the board in the conference room to really get you fired up in meetings, you know. So that's the kind of I think moxie that I said, the kind of personality that I think Shane Beamer brings to the table.
Okay.
And
Well, I don't like Shane Beamer this week, Adam. I don't like him
No.
And I think we're going to save our score prediction.
Be honest, I mean, I agree. What we'll say, but yeah, I agree with that, Clark. We will save what we're thinking. I don't know, man. I don't know, and of course we have no way of knowing. But it seems like there's a little. Do you get the feeling that there's just a little bit of some conflict between Shane and Kirby?
Yeah, just a little bit.
I don't think and like I said, I don't know this stuff. I don't have inside information, but I think when Shane Beamer left Athens, it wasn't just rainbows and butterflies. I don't think. Well, let's just say I don't think there was a big push or fight to keep Shane in Athens after the 2017 season.
Yeah,
I think just say it like that. Okay. I think just say it like that. So I don't know, man.
That's the first I've heard of that.
I just don't think, man, the recruiting was up to the level of what you want on a Kirby Smart staff out of Shane Beamer. And again, doing this thing at Carolina, but that's just kind of what I thought. And that is my opinion. That is my opinion.
Okay.
So,
USCjr, their run defense hasn't been very good this far, Adam. I don't think. They didn't really impress me. The first game was against Georgia State. Yeah. They struggled. And if it weren't for 2 blocked punts, Georgia State may have won that football game. Last week against Arkansas, they allowed 295 yards on the ground. Mm-hmm. That's not very good.
No.
Not very impressive there. And then on the other side of the football, their offensive line gave up six sacks to Arkansas. Now, in their defense, Arkansas does have a very good pass rush, good pass defense. So, and then of those 6 sacks, 2 of those resulted in fumbles. So what that's telling me, Adam, is that we need to bring some pressure this week. Spencer Rattler needs to be rattled.
Dang right, Clark. Eat Robert Bill. Eat.
Yes.
Eat Robert Bill.
Nolan Smith.
Go in there and get yours, son.
Jalen Carter.
Money, baby. Hey, get up there, get some good penetration, and bam.
Yeah.
Just Spencer Rattler's a I'm telling you, man, you rattle Spencer Rattler. Spencer Rattler. So you get him, contain him, man, and let the pocket collapse on him. And you do that a little bit to open up the game, Clark. I just don't think Spencer Rattler's mindset will be right after that happens, after we get after him and pop him a couple times, get him frustrated, man, especially after what happened in Fayetteville last week. Yeah. Really just get on them early. And Will Muschamp and Glenn Schumann, Kirby Smart, I think we're going to see. We've been very vanilla on defense, Clark. Yeah. Very vanilla. I don't think we've seen a lot of blitz packages. Really been any open on that, I would say.
Right.
So I think we'll see a little bit more of that this upcoming week. Some looks that we really hadn't seen this year. Mm-hmm. I think we'll see that and really try to get after Spencer Rattler early, make some big plays for some negative yardage for him, and really try to get in his head and kind of shake his confidence.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this Georgia defense, Kirby Smart and this defensive staff has a history of breaking quarterbacks.
Absolutely.
I mean, just breaking their will. Breaking their will. DJ Uyunglele has not been the same since that night in Charlotte. No. Absolutely not. I mean, nobody could tell me any otherwise. And Bo Nix, I mean, these guys, man, we talk about it, we joke about it, but it's true. It's a mental psyche thing with Georgia's defensive line, and I hope it's a good opportunity to do that Spencer Rattler early, man.
Yeah. On the defensive side of the football for Carolina, Adam, and this is what I've gathered from the internet.
Okay.
4 second-string starters on defense this week for them. So
really?
Maybe some inexperience there. I don't know.
Like that,
maybe not. I haven't read too much into that. But,
You hate for guys to get hurt, but that's part of the game of football. Especially if these guys are in the secondary, you're going to have a chance to really have some mismatches. Todd Monken knows it. He knows where to exploit this at, and there'll be a great game plan dialed up. A great first script, and Monken is so good, man, at a course dialing up the best first script, the script for the first drive on offense, but then adjusting to it and not missing a beat after that script. You don't see it with some offense coordinators, Clark. You see where you could tell the script has ended.
Josh Heupel.
Yeah, you could tell the script's done. It is done. We just got to shoot from the hips, baby, and sling it after that. But with Todd Monken, you don't. It's just a smooth transition. And I think we're going to see, Clark, the two big things I think where you see the Bulldog faithful, if they're looking at negatives, like we have talked about, and everybody's talked about, you want to see the defense get after the quarterback more, and you want to see us be more dominant on the offensive line and the run game. Pass pro has been great. The pass pro has been great. Pass protection, I think, has been better than average. I think really good, that you could say. But I think there's definitely some improvement in run blocking, and I think this is a week and this team that you will see that I would love to see us, and it would be a good sign if we could get pressure on the quarterback all day, and we can run the football and impose our will in the second half and get some big gains on the ground. That is something that, in order for us to feel confident in those areas going forward, I would really like to see that start this week, and against a team where it's man, the stars are aligning for that to happen. So.
Carolina has a pretty good group of tight ends, from what I understand too. Some argue it's maybe the second best in the SEC. Definitely not the best in the SEC. So we're going to have to key in on guys like Josh Vann and Jaheim Bell.
Yeah, Vann's a good receiver, man. He's a guy. I think he's a receiver. Josh Vann's a receiver. I think. I just remember him last year. He played good, man. Yeah. Josh Vann played good in Athens last year. I remember him being the one guy that really, really played well in Athens last year on a Saturday night game. A guy who I think got us deep a couple times. And
they did.
So I think he's a talented receiver, and I haven't really kept up with him since that night, but I think a guy that definitely could hurt you downfield. Can really stretch the ball out with him, and he's got a quarterback now this year that could do that. I guess we haven't really seen it the past 2 games. I'll be honest with you, Clark. I haven't seen. I watched a little bit of the Georgia State game, but I didn't, of course, see any of the Arkansas game. Yesterday or last Saturday. So, but he's definitely a talented guy, a good SEC receiver, man, and somebody that if you let your guard down, can make a couple big momentum swinging plays stretching the field.
Yeah. Well, Adam, it's not about Carolina. It's about Georgia and how we play. And as long as we play, I'd say an A- game, we're going to win this game pretty easily. All right, keys to the game, Adam. I got 3, and you can add to this list if you want.
Absolutely.
First of all, get off to a fast start. I think that has been key in the past to beating this Carolina team. You look at 2018 especially. It was a pick 6. Was it the first play? Or maybe his first drive?
Big DeAndre Baker? Yes, absolutely.
Got off to a fast start, and, from there, that set the tone. You take the crowd out of it. You got to have a quick start against Carolina. The next thing would be no turnovers and limit penalties. I think penalties are just about inevitable in today's game.
Yes.
So just limit those, be smart, play good football. And then the last one would be get pressure on Spencer Rattler. As we mentioned, you got to get there. You got to collapse the pocket. Make him escape early. Make him escape and get out of the pocket early. And then that's when the speed of our linebackers, that's when those guys step up and make those big plays. So
that's right.
Those are my 3 keys. Do you have any more?
Great. I absolutely agree with everything you said, Clark. On the defense side of the football, like you said, it's going to be important to get to Spencer Rattler early. Like you said, contain. Don't let him break containment and make plays with his legs. He is a mobile quarterback. He's a guy who could do that. Frustrate him early. Get him frustrated and impatient, and try to force throws downfield. And with the talent in our secondary, that is going to lead to, like you said, the pick 6 that we saw in 18 when we were there, and really some plays that can be made in the secondary to get our offense good field position and get him frustrated. That's what can happen when you play your assignments, man. You let the pocket collapse on him, contain him, and make him beat you with his arm.
Yep.
And you got to tip your hat if he could do that. But Clark, Spencer Rattler can't do that against this team. I do not think so. So don't give anything cheap. Get off the field on third downs and demoralize that offense, man. And then on the offense side of the football, Clark, I want to see him establish a run game early and set up that way that we can set up some play action against some guys who might not be experienced in that secondary. Take advantage of that. But I want to see us run the football well and just be balanced all day, Clark. And especially when we get to that second half, if we have accumulated a good sized lead, is just break their will. I love it. We've talked about it before. There's nothing better than late in the game, especially on the road in the SEC, when those fans are leaving and you're jingling the car keys at them and you're waving at them and you're telling them goodbye. When they know you're going to run the football, they stack the box, and you know what, Clark? They can't do anything about it because you're still popping off 4-yard gains every single carry. That's right. What I want to see Saturday, Clark. I want to see this running game back to the Georgia way, a pound of the football. Kendall Milton, get yours. Kenny McIntosh, get yours. DeJuan Edwards, get yours. And let's get some Branson Robinson get some carries too, man. And let's get in there and establish a run game, man. But of course, downfield we're gonna. I think that there's gonna be a lot of receivers who make some plays, catching the football too, and getting some yards after catch, and of course, big plays through the air. But Clark, I will be disappointed if we don't establish a running game this weekend, especially after what they did in Fayetteville last week, giving up almost 300 yards rushing. With this offensive line and the talent that we have in the backfield running the football, I think this is a week that we could really, really capitalize in the running game.
Yep. And last thing, score in the red zone.
Exactly,
I'm not talking 3 points. I'm talking give me all 7. So.
Absolutely. Yes, yes. Ditto on that, brother. I tell you what, we have got to capitalize in the red zone. You get inside the 20, and that's when you start to demoralize them, is when you get opportunities in the red zone that you pull away from. You start getting 7, man, and then it starts piling up, and then there you are. There you're in that time where it's late in the game, and they don't have the depth. They do not have the depth that Georgia has, of course. So especially it's going to always hot in Columbia, always a hot game, especially a high noon game there, man. You let that depth kick in the second half and really just crush their will.
Yeah.
That's what I love, man. It's Georgia breaks teams. Kirby Smart's Georgia breaks football teams, man. And let's get it cranked up. SEC schedule coming in, that it'll be no different this year. I want to see Shane Beamer doing the surrender cobra. Like really just brushing his hair, just dumbfounded. Doesn't know what to do. Just hands on his hips, just walking around, pacing the sidelines, because there is no answer to what this Georgia team's bringing into Williams-Brice Stadium at high noon this Saturday.
Love it, Adam. Hey, you got the first play right against Oregon. You got the first play right against Sanford. Now, not necessarily with the players. I'm just talking about the play in general.
Yeah.
Adam, what is your first play from offensive scrimmage this week?
All right.
You got it.
I will go on a brand. I don't know if this one will happen, but I'm not going to just be repetitive.
Sure.
So I'm going to do something different. I'm going to go with a fake toss sweep bomb down the field, go route. I guess A.D. Mitchell will be healthy, but the receiver outside on the perimeter.
So you're talking, all right.
The fake sweep to the right.
Are you saying like a shotgun?
Oh, yeah,
Adam,
in the gun.
I want you to look at this, what I have right here.
Oh, did you?
Fake toss sweep from the gun, pass to a tight end.
I promise you,
we are on the same.
I promise you, I didn't read that,
and I promise you, I didn't show you that.
No,
that's crazy.
That is wild, but but you said to the tight end. I think they're going to go a little bit further. Bit more. I think they're going. Hey, just really make a statement the first play.
I love it. Boom, I mean, sure enough, I think maybe they'll key in on the run, and then we'll.
Boom! I love it. I love that. That is I love that. You know, and that's something that you haven't seen a lot until now. Is the out of the gun, the fake toss going to the right, and then being able to capitalize that downfield. That's what I'm thinking.
Absolutely. Last week's pick'em, Adam. We had a lot of good games.
Let's go to Columbia right now. Tailgate all week. Tailgate all week.
Let's go do it.
Go to 5 points. Go to 5 points. Good safe area.
Oh, really? I don't know where 5 points is.
I just hear.
I know there's a 5 points in Athens.
No, it's in the same 5 points. Is it? No.
The bad 5 points.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I derailed it, but
that's okay. That's okay.
All right.
Let's go back to last week and talk about, man, there's such a lot of great games on.
Yeah.
We had our pick'em, but then there were some more beyond that. South Carolina and Arkansas, we've already talked about this a little bit. We both picked Arkansas, I believe.
Yes.
Arkansas got out with a 44-30 victory over the Gamecocks.
Ran the ball well, as we talked about. Good job, Sam Pittman, man. That culture he's establishing there. Look out for Arkansas. You talked about it, Clark. You called it, man. Could be a big player in the West.
Yeah.
Certainly looks that way 2 weeks in.
8 wins seems really reasonable. I think
absolutely.
Maybe 9 or 10.
Yep.
We'll see.
We'll see. But good call for you right there.
Alabama at Texas. Adam both picked Alabama big. Of course, that didn't happen. Alabama barely squeaked out a win, 20-19.
I tell you what, Clark, man, that was an exciting game to watch. I really thought it'd be 45-17. I thought it'd be close in the first half, and then Alabama would pull away in the second half. That didn't happen. Still, you got to tip your hat. We talked about this. You mentioned it, that they just know how to win in the fourth quarter in a close game. That is the culture that Saban has established, that Sarkisian's trying to get at Texas too, is knowing how to win close football games. That's what we've done at Georgia, and get out there in a dogfight, especially on the road in a big-time atmosphere like they did. So you just got to tip your hat that they were able to come out of there with a win. Texas blew some opportunities, man. Got shot in the foot. Lady Luck really shot him in the foot with Quinn Ewers going down in the first quarter. A guy who looked sharp, Clark, first couple possessions he was in, and I'll be honest with you, it's not me just as a Georgia fan. I think they would have put up some more points with him under center.
Oh, yeah.
The way he was playing.
They probably could have won.
They probably would have won. I mean, I'll just go ahead and say it too. Bryce Young looked pedestrian. I mean, when it mattered, though, he stepped up and did it. I mean, that's why he was a Heisman Trophy winner, and as a clutch quarterback will always be a problem. But Clark, he doesn't have the help, I feel like, to blow the top off like he did last year with Jameson Williams and Mechie.
Do you think it's the receiving court?
It's definitely not as talented as what we've seen in Alabama the past handful of years. Yeah. I just don't think there's those playmakers that are really explosive, like get the separation that Jameson Williams was so dang good at all year last year.
Jermaine Burton.
And Jermaine Burton, 2 catches, 10 yards. Just barely got a first down in his reception.
Congratulations.
So,
buddy.
I mean, very bitter feelings towards them. Really, got to pray about my ill will towards Jermaine Burton, to be honest with you. That's not, I don't have the best Christ-like thoughts about Jermaine Burton, his situation. And when I see him in that number 3 out there, but hey, whatever, man, the train's rolling without you. You'll be on the tracks in December to get bulldozed over, baby.
So that'd be great.
But yeah, man, I tell you, I think there's some concern. The offensive line, it just isn't as good. I don't think any side of the trenches is to an Alabama level. But the O line, Clark. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs, the Tech transfer, is I think their best player. I mean, he's the guy who caught the ball, the best receiver. Of course, their number 1 running back. And, man, Clark, when you got to go get a tackle from Vanderbilt, and then you take one of our receivers, and then you got to get a running back from Georgia Tech, as good as he is, you're having to patch some holes, man. I do not think they're an absolutely good football team. But the media and the narrative has made it be that they're invincible. They're going to win every game 60-0 this year. Nobody's going to stay on the field with them. And, Clark, I mean, we talk about it. Oh, and they could get popped again this year. But the SEC West might not be as strong as we think it is. I actually kind of think there's an argument that the East is a stronger division this year. But I do believe, Clark, obviously, if we play them, and like it probably is going to be in Atlanta in December, we won't get that Alabama. We will get in Alabama clicking all cylinders. Yep. But the good thing is this year, Clark, where this program is I don't care, because I think Georgia can beat Alabama with Alabama playing at a high level that they are. That's just where we're at. I really think we are. If Georgia plays their A+ game, man, I really do. So, hey, man, that's what I thought about that. But dang, close game. So fun game. Entertaining 2 weeks. College football's back, baby. Yes. That's what the sport needs. That's why I love it so much, is games like this.
The real question is Texas back. No.
Yeah.
I will say this. I think we do need to give some credit to Steve Sarkisian and his game plan. I thought their defense played lights out.
Oh, absolutely.
Just giving up 20 points to Bama. And once again, they had opportunities to win this football game. They didn't do enough. In Alabama.
I agree, Clark. One quick thing about Sarkisian, great offensive mind, man. Definitely has been the best offensive coordinator at Alabama in the Saban area. I think he had better offenses than Lane Kiffin did. Yeah. To me, really was a great play caller. I still think he's going to get Texas to a respectable place. That was good. That was good. Good showing by Texas. Good moral win. Good old moral W. I remember when we used to like to get them things.
We don't have to worry about those
That's
anymore.
Right.
Another team in orange that played Tennessee at Pittsburgh, 34-27. Tennessee, this was a pretty close game, to be honest. People in Vegas got this one right. I think we both picked Tennessee.
Yeah, we did.
And Josh Heupel, they got out of there with a win. Hendon Hooker played
Clark,
well.
yeah, they got out there with a win, tough environment. I think the most highly attended game, I don't know what the stadium's called now, a collegiate game at the old, it used to be Heinz Field. That's what I always remember that. That's what I heard that it was.
It didn't look like it.
Oh,
I mean, it may have been. I don't know.
I heard that from a Tennessee fan.
Oh.
But that could have been wrong. That could have been very well wrong. I should have fact-checked that before. But a lot of orange up there. They saw it. Momentum's building for them, and we'll see where they go. We'll see where they go. And I don't know, man. Exciting.
We don't have to worry about them until a little bit later in the season. These two teams we definitely have to worry about. Kentucky at Florida. Kentucky, man, they had a great showing, 26-16. Very physical football game, I thought. But gosh, can we please stop talking about Anthony Richardson as if he is Dak Prescott and or Tim Tebow?
I said it, Clark.
You did.
I tell you, man, you just saw it's DJ Uyunglele. They're the same person.
Ooh.
It's
still early in the season.
I'm just saying. He said, you know what he said after that pick six the other night?
What's that?
He said that he had flashbacks to that N'Kobe Dean pick six.
Oh, really?
He did.
Well, it looked an awful lot like
the N'Kobe Dean pick six. He said that in the post game. So I think Georgia broke him.
Ooh.
Again, I just think that he's a quarterback, man, that I don't see the head getting right. I think the tools and talent are there, but I think it's hard when your head's in a certain spot to get out of that. And I'm no quarterback guru by any means. What is it? George Whitfield, the quarterback?
Yeah,
coach?
I think so. The whisperer.
I'm definitely no George Whitfield by any means, but that's just from the naked eye of a fan that I think. He's got a long way to go. He's got a long way to go. But I agree, Anthony Richardson, slow down the Heisman campaign with him. God, man.
Just end it.
I loved it. I love that game.
Yeah.
Always good to see the people in Florida just be demoralized. Just another season, another just heartbreak, man. I love it. I love it. Kentucky has now beaten them 3 out of the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Does that be right?
Two
they
in
won
a
in
row.
18. They won in 18, lost in 19, lost in 20, but then, 2 in a row. So 3 out of the last 5.
And Mark Stoops is the winningest coach. He surpassed Bear Bryant with this win as the most winning coach in Kentucky.
Great coaching job by Mark Stoops. Underrated coach, a guy who really brought that team from the bottom cellar up since he's been there since 2013. They were in a low spot. He's made them competitive. What I like, he has really done it. Built a physical football team, done it the right way. It hadn't been based off gimmicks like we've talked about that other coaches have done, and really established a good football culture up there in Lexington, man. And a team that is really a young team, to be honest with you. So for those, especially on the offensive side of the football, to go down there to Florida and come away with the wins, big momentum building for them. So we'll see how they do the rest of the way. They got some big, tough football games coming up, but hey, the more they win, the more we win. The bigger that game is. The next to last game of the season in Lexington, Kentucky is for the Eastern Division, man. It's exciting to think about. And honestly, if you have to pull for any other team in the East to be in second place, it's them over Florida, Tennessee, and South Carolina. All them boys and me.
Well, hey, Vandy's still.
They didn't lose the conference game, did they?
No, not yet. Oh gosh. All right, some other games this past Saturday that really stood out. These weren't on our pick'em, but. Man, great games. App State over A&M. That is hilarious. Marshall over Notre Dame. Hilarious. And the best, I think, one of my favorite.
Scott, God bless him.
Georgia Southern over Nebraska. Scott Frost, R.I.P.
Man, I tell you what, Scott Frost, the favorite son of the Nebraska.
Yes.
The Nebraska. When they brought him in 2018 after he won his national championship, in quotation marks, with the Central Florida Golden Knights, they were juiced. They were juiced, man, but way over his head. Unreal how many one-possession games he lost, and it's demoralizing for him. Man, he was one of their favorite players that's ever donned the Nebraska Cornhusker red and white. Yeah, one of Tom Osborne's sons, Clark.
Yeah.
And they run him out of town. And you know, the crazy thing is, they said, "Hey, man, take your $7 million." You know, his buyout dropped in October. That they could have saved $7 million by just waiting a couple more weeks, but they said, "Hey, no, we're getting them out of there." So Nebraska is a state, but in all seriousness, I want Nebraska to be competitive at football. I like to see them competitive in the Big Ten. I think it's good for college football. I like when people who are passionate about the game, and the Nebraska fan base, God bless them, all they have up there in the fall is to harvest corn and to watch the Nebraska Cornhuskers play.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it. So I hope some better times come for them, but they got to figure out a way to bring people to Lincoln, Nebraska, because man, you lose the Big 12 kind of region that they had when they were there, getting those Texas kids. That's what made them so good back in the 90s and 80s and all that. They got to get somebody in there to bring some talent in, but I don't see it. I think that program is dead and not coming back, Clark.
You're telling me there's no high school football talent in Nebraska?
No. They, you think there'd be some good corn-fed linemen out there.
Yeah,
but,
well,
not
maybe
the
there
best
are.
skill set. But Georgia Southern, though, good for Clay Helton, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure Statesboro was rocking. Marcus Freeman, that's a bad look. Lost the first 3 games as Notre Dame head coach. I'm sure the pressure is mounting there. We'll see if he's in over his head or not. Recruiting well, but not looking good this year. After, though, an impressive defensive game, holding the Ohio State offense and a decent showing in Columbus in week 1. Just dropped the ball there. And Jimbo, Jimbo. Golly, it is crazy. Do you hear about Jimbo Fisher and his offense, how he's been highly regarded? It's coming more and more evident that he rode the coattails of Jameis Winston and Kelvin Benjamin, some of those guys around the 2012, 13 to 14 years at Florida State. And outside of that, he's been very pedestrian.
Has he had
8-4 at best all the time outside of a generational quarterback like Jameis Winston, man.
I was about to say.
Golly, you would think he would have somebody who was an elite quarterback that could be a trade, especially in the age of the transfer portal, that he could get that in College Station. But Haynes King, man, he just doesn't look like, definitely not an SEC quarterback. Shoot, man, I don't even know if he looks like a group of 5 level quarterback. It might be more of an FCS level quarterback. I mean, God bless him. Yeah. He's out there. He didn't look good. I imagine Max Johnson, the old boy from Watkinsville, Georgia, Mark Richt's nephew, Brad Johnson, former Super Bowl winning championship quarterback for the Tampa Bay Bucks. His son, the LSU transfer, might get the start against Miami, man, but I'm sure the oil money people in Texas A&M are livid, and they have the right to be after what they've shelled out. And I love it, Clark. I love it.
There's no
refunds. Karma. That is just karma. That is just karma, because I have a personal vendetta against the oil people in East and West Texas.
Why is that
across Texas? Because, man, they're trying to buy championships, man. Yeah. I understand. I like the passion, man. The good folks of Texas. I mean, I like what the culture of Texas stands for. But those old tycoons out there, man, just
they need
trying to change the game. Trying to change the game, and I don't like that. I don't like it, Clark. And good on them losing to Appalachian State. Love it. Yeah. And what idiots are still scheduling App State? I know we opened up with them in 17 and beat them, but Josh Brooks, don't schedule Appalachian State, and definitely don't go to Boone.
No. Although that would be a fun road trip.
But don't go up there. But yeah, great. I love that, man. They could lose about 4 or 5 straight football games.
Ooh, we might.
I'm telling you, Clark, that's not it. That is. I mean, you look at their schedule; they could drop 4 more in a row here and start off 1-5. Anyway.
That would be very satisfying.
It would.
Okay, let's talk about last week's game of the week, Adam. And boy, did we get this one wrong.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, we did. St. John Fisher University, the Cardinals. Both of us picked the Cardinals to win this game against Framingham State, the Rams. Adam, here's what happened.
Okay.
The St. John Fisher Cardinals came out firing on all cylinders. It looked good.
Oh, did they?
14-0, just like that.
Really?
But then Framingham State scored 31 unanswered points to beat the Cardinals.
That's just a heck of a coaching job. Give a helmet sticker to the Framingham State head coach. A lot of adversity. The program was in shambles. What he tells me, he's a clutch coach, Clark.
Right.
A lot of noise, as what we read off last week of where that program was. A lot of noise, a lot of negativity, man. But he said, you know what, I'll show y'all. We're going to go up there and we're going to whoop these guys. No, it was at home, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was at home. But no, in front of the home crowd like that, really just silence the haters. And I love that, Clark. Even down 14-0, the wheels could have just derailed, just fell off the wagon there. But he said, nah, man, we're going to get this. And great offense coordinator that they got there, a guy who really can dial it up, a guy who made some good in-game adjustments, really like the culture. I think it's I think the big win for the program, and a team I think can make some noise. This could be this could catapult them to a really good season over there, man. And a big upset win. A lot of evaluating film study you got to watch going back down to St. John Fisher University this week. Let a golden opportunity slip away. But congratulations to Framingham State. We didn't believe in you, but your kids did, and that's what matters.
Do you think they looked at Row 60 last week and saw the hatred towards
I mean, I'll be honest, since we've done this Game of the Week segment, that is the game I felt the most confident in after you told me the information of both programs where they were at. Hey, man, any given Saturday, you know?
Right.
I mean, it's not just in the SEC. It doesn't matter what football you're playing, man. If you're going to get on a 100-yard football field in between those painted white lines, man, anything can happen on any given Saturday. So great on the Rams of Framingham State. Good.
Well, Adam, we got another great game of the week coming up, but not before. Or I butchered that. But before we do that,
all right,
we've got this week's Pick'em.
Love it. Okay.
We're going to start off with a top 25 matchup. We got BYU, number 12 at number 25, Oregon. 3:30 Fox. I watched a little bit of the BYU Baylor game the other night. BYU looked really good. I think it was considered an upset.
Yeah.
No. BYU was favored at home.
I think they actually were. I picked Baylor, but BYU won it. I did too, Clark. When you have a newborn like I do, we stay up till 3 a.m. So I've become a big fan of Pac-12 after dark. The Mississippi State-Arizona game. Watch that. And I will be watching and getting familiar with a lot of Pac-12 football this year, staying up into the wee hours of the night watching Pac-12 football. So I will be able to give us some good reports.
Intel.
Once, Pac-12 really gets rolling, man. And I know everybody's looking forward to that with the great football being played on the West Coast.
Oh.
But anyway, back to our conversation with that. Oregon looked good last week, Clark. I know it was against Eastern Washington, but Eastern Washington, Cooper Kupp played there, man.
Really?
A good program at the level that they're at, I think, always respectable. They got Goodbow. Goodbow showed up in Autzen Stadium last Saturday. Put up 70 points. Good for Dan Lanning. First career win as a head coach. Heck of an opportunity this week at home, Clark. Who you going with?
I'm going to take Oregon just because of Dan Lanning and just because it's at home.
Yeah, Clark, I'm going with you. I think it depends on what Bo Nix shows up.
Yeah.
So I'm pulling for him hard, man. It'd be a big win for Dan Lanning. And, of course, he'll just make Georgia look even better if they go beat a team that's ranked 12th in the nation after getting beat by 46 points opening week against the Dogs. So and that would be good for Dan Lanning and the program that he's trying to build over there. So I'm not only pulling for Oregon, I do think they're going to win that football game.
I'm not pulling for Bo Nix, but I am pulling for Oregon.
That's right.
All right, number 20 Ole Miss at Georgia Tech. 3:30 ABC in Atlanta. Adam, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Ole Miss is going to win this game. The only reason I picked this game was just so we could talk about Georgia Tech getting beat again.
And Jeff really is in a tough spot, Clark. I really don't think the people in North Avenue are happy.
Really?
What has transpired during his tenure. A lot of people are wondering if Kennesaw State, Georgia State, is going to be the premier program in the metro Atlanta area. I really think, Clark, that Jeff he's on the chopping block. He really needs to have a big win to boost him. I think they need to lift. I think they need to add a 10 on each side of the barbell when they're lifting on the sidelines pregame this week to really
get that?
That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I don't know if they do it anymore, but anyway, Ole Miss is going to throttle them, man. Ole Miss is going to throttle them. But hey, if you're not doing anything, like I said, seriously, look it up. There's a deal. You can get a Coca-Cola, popcorn, foam finger, blow up buzz. And like I said, anything else you want to get, you just talk to Todd Stansberry, the AD at Georgia Tech. He'll hook you up to get your tail in the seat.
We need to get Todd Stansberry.
We need to call him and ask him what packages we can have to attend Georgia Tech games. We have a big contingent of people that want to go to North Avenue, to the Flats, to go watch a game at historic Grant Field. What all package deals can we get to go in there?
Right.
So, but seriously, sure enough, look at it, man. Definitely get a chance to review the Grant Field hot dog. You get it for free. You don't have to pay for it. So
it wasn't very good last year when we went.
That's right.
Adam, who are you taking, Ole Miss or
Ole Miss?
Tech?
Ole Miss. It ain't even close.
Yep. Okay, this one is going to be a very interesting game. I think a lot of people have been looking forward to this. Number 22 ranked Penn State at Auburn. 3:30 CBS. Adam, who do you like in this matchup?
I don't know what Penn State did this past week, but I did watch a little bit of them at Purdue. They went to Purdue opening Thursday night in a dogfight, came out and won. Auburn struggled with San Jose State.
They did.
If it was in Happy Valley like it was last year, I'd definitely say Penn State. I think this game would be close. I think it'll be decided in the second half, but I still think Penn State will win, even though I'm not impressed by either football team, Clark. What about you?
I had Penn State, but the more I'm thinking about it, I don't know. Maybe this is Harson's last chance to get something going.
It would be big.
In Auburn, Alabama.
I mean,
And so Adam, I'm going to go with the upset. And I don't know if it's even that much of an upset, but give me Auburn.
Oh, so you're saying they need to stock up on some toilet paper over there in Toomer's Corner.
They do. 3:30 CBS. I mean, hey, they're going to be rocking for this one. I have one Auburn buddy. I don't acquaint myself much with Auburn fans.
I got you.
Is that the right word?
Yeah, acquaintance.
Anyway, I don't familiarize myself with a lot of Auburn fans. But the one Auburn fan I do know, shout out Thomas Dunham, he says that they're ready for Penn State.
Right.
So
we'll see. Man. Hey, I mean, we'll see. The fans are going to be rocking for it. Heck, get your toilet paper ready.
Yeah. Okay, Mississippi State at LSU, 6 o'clock, ESPN. Ooh, this one's kind of a sneaky good game. Yeah. Adam, who do you like?
Clark, I'm going with LSU.
Okay.
Just in Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
I think also Mississippi State played a late game last Saturday on the West Coast, man. Some jet lag. It's tough. It's tough getting back because I think that takes a day away from you. I would say a preparation, just rest and getting back acquainted to the current time zone. And then you're going back on the road in a hostile nighttime game. And in Baton Rouge, Brian Kelly's SEC debut. I don't think it's a blowout, Clark, but I think it's going to be a game that LSU does win.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go with LSU too. I think Brian Kelly just needs to get a significant win to get some of this chatter away from him.
Yeah,
He's been talked about a lot. Rough times there in Baton Rouge right now. All right, number 13 Miami at 20. God, I'm butchering this. Texas A&M, who's ranked 24th. 9 o'clock ESPN. A good night game. Us Georgia fans will be back in time. If you're traveling to Columbia, you'll be back in time for this one. Ooh, this one's a good game too, Adam. It may not be, actually. I don't know. I don't know.
It's definitely very appealing in preseason and this time last week. But, Clark, game day was going to go there.
Really?
Now they're going to Boone. You talk about just opening up a womb and pouring salt in it, baby. They're going to Boone now instead of College Station. Texas A&M's offense has not proved anything to me. I mean, Miami didn't look stellar in that first quarter against Southern Miss, but came back. Tyler Van Dyke, great quarterback for Miami. I think they're going to go on the road and win this game close. It's going to be closer than you think. I think it'll be a low-scoring affair, and Miami comes out on top. I'm
going to take Miami, too, by about 10 points.
10? Okay.
I think A&M's defense will keep them in it a little bit, but you're right. A&M's offense is garbage. Ooh, they're rough. Okay, the best part of Row 60. Here we go. The game of the week.
What do we got?
I've got a good one for you, Adam. We're going to Mississippi this week, all right? We got Delta State, the Statesmen, at Mississippi Valley State, Delta Devils. This game is a 7 o'clock p.m. kick. And boy, I've got a lot of good facts about both of these teams. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Delta State. Their mascot is the Statesman. I think that has something to do with they sent some politicians to the Senate, something like that. I don't know. The Statesman.
Just
pretty boring name.
The state of Mississippi.
Sure.
Okay. All right.
But some students, Adam, didn't think that was very intimidating, right?
Right.
So back in the 80s, they decided to embrace a mascot that depicts a piece of okra with boxing gloves. And I'm going to show you this in a second. So now the unofficial mascot of Delta State is the Fighting Okra.
Heck yeah.
You can't make this stuff up.
Heck yeah, baby.
All right. Here we go. The popularity of the Fighting Okra grew so much that there were a lot of myths that started on campus of how this mascot came to be. Okay. The most popular myth is that there was a very stubborn okra plant at first base on Delta State's baseball field.
Really?
And it would always grow back every time it was cut.
Like a volunteer okra plant just in the middle of the... Okay. All right.
Out there on the baseball field.
Nice.
So anyway,
that's good.
That's kind of where...
I'm loving it, baby. Roll on.
So that's where the myth started to happen. But the true origin of the Fighting Okra mascot was a discussion between the Delta State baseball and basketball teams. The original Statesman mascot was temporarily banned from participating in athletic activities after getting into a physical altercation with the Mississippi College Choctaw mascot at a basketball game. Could you imagine two mascots duking it out?
Stand up for what you believe in, Clark. Stand up for what you believe in. If the juices are flowing and it just feels right in the moment, do it, I guess. That's what they think.
Throw some hands.
There you go. All right. But so, I love a good mascot brawl.
Yeah.
Good.
One of the basketball players thought that the Statesman still wasn't a very intimidating mascot anyway. So after a lot of lively discussion, baseball pitcher Bob Black, whoever that is, suggested that okra,
good lefty submarine pitcher,
okra was green, fuzzy, and tough. So that's kind of where okra came about.
It makes you itch if you don't pick it with some gloves. But
That is true. I'm going to show you a picture of
heck yeah,
the fighting okra.
That is the best mascot I have ever seen. And again,
Look at this.
man, I love the nose on these mascots, Clark. That is what sticks out that your eyes go to first is the size of the nose on these mascots, man. I love that.
Yes. Now, this is their statesman right here to the right.
Okay. All right. I love that, man. The culture that they have established there, that you have a statesman who almost looks like the Demon Deacon from Wake Forest on St. Patrick's Day. And the fighting okra. I mean, I love, that's gold. Post that. Post that. Let the people see that, baby.
Yes.
Man.
Delta State.
I want a shirt with that okra on it. We need to find one.
Adam, we're getting us some shirts.
Absolutely. Okay.
We're getting us some shirts for sure. All right. Delta State, couple more fun facts. Delta State has a flight school and offers a degree in commercial aviation.
That's good, man. That's a good industry to get into. Yep. There's a shortage on pilots right now. And I really think you could really, if that's the route you want to go, you can make some good money doing that. So I would encourage everybody to think about that as a route of career route.
Okay.
There's a big shortage in them right now, seriously.
Yeah. Some notable alumni.
Sounds good. Okay.
David Abney. He's the chairman and CEO of UPS. That's cool. And Eli Whiteside. He's the current coach for the San Francisco Giants.
Really?
Yeah.
The manager for the professional baseball team.
That's what Wikipedia says. Okay. Unless they haven't updated it.
Yeah, I mean, that's good.
I don't know.
That's good.
So, football wise, they're 2-0 on the season, winning by double digits in both games on the road. So impressive start for the Delta State Statesmen. All right, and then the other team, Mississippi Valley State, the Devils. Adam, this is a home game for them. They're having a red out. All right. And not only red out, it's the Trailblazer and Alumni Weekend.
So everybody's coming back home.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if this is homecoming, but this is at least Alumni Weekend.
Okay. All right. This is big.
That's good. Adam, Jerry Rice may be showing up to Alumni Weekend because he went to Mississippi Valley State.
That's what I thought. Yes, that's great. That's great. Great receiver, man.
Heck of a receiver. Mississippi Valley State's marching band is known as the Mean Green Marching Machine.
Oh, heck yeah.
AKA the MAC of the SWAC. They play in the Southwest
Athletic Conference.
Yes, that.
I think that's what old Deion Jackson State's in. Isn't that right?
I believe.
I think it is.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Football-wise, they are 0-2 on the season, with one of those losses being against a good Austin Peay team.
Oh, yeah.
They did get beat 41-0.
Austin Peay's got a decent program up there.
They do, sure enough.
Like
with all that said, Adam, Delta State University leads the series 4-1. And the last time they played was 2013. So, who you going with?
Oh, really? So this is an in-state game, Clark, that has not been played in 9 years, right?
Yeah.
Man, I like the atmosphere that we're trying to get, the red out, kind of make the intimidation of an inferno per se.
Sure.
A place that you don't want to spend your afterlife. And so I like the intimidation factor of that, of kind of bringing them in to that, bringing in the alumni. That really gives you something to play for, you know?
Right.
And a rivalry, I would say, that has not been played out in a long time. But I think the Okra are going to be too much, Clark.
Oh, really?
I really think they're going to be too much to handle. Their offense is really a good spread attack.
Okay.
A good spread attack. I think they're going to spread the ball around. A lot of guys are going to get touches. I think they have their experience on the road right now. Clark, as you alluded to, that they have won double-digit games on the road. I think they feel comfortable going on the road. They have really dialed in their pregame rituals of how to win and be a successful football team and program on the road. Give me the Statesman, man.
Wow,
give me the fighting
Adam.
Okra. Give me the fighting Okra. Shoot, Clark, 34-17.
Man.
I think they're going to do it through the air.
Wow. Adam, I'm taking the Mississippi Valley State Devils.
Really, Clark?
I'm taking them big.
Whoa.
I'm taking them by 2 touchdowns big, Adam. I just believe in the red out. I believe in just the atmosphere.
This
maybe.
might be. I don't know what level the Okra are, the Delta State Statesmen.
Yeah.
This might be a deal where you're right. I don't know. I don't know the competition of the Delta, but I'm still going with the fighting Okra, man. And I love the fighting Okra. I love Okra. I enjoy it. And actually, fun fact, Callie was born while a lot of my Okra was coming in, and I didn't get to pick it. So I didn't get to pick it. A lot of it went bad, man. But we did get a good little Okra harvest this year in the garden. So I like the Okra. I like the mascot. Give me the fighting Okra and the Statesman, baby.
I like it.
34-17.
Okay. quick question about okra, Adam.
Okay.
Pickled or fried? How do you eat?
Baby, that's the only way. That's the only way.
Have you ever had pickled okra?
No, I ain't had no pickled okra.
It's
We're
good.
over fried okra, baby, in the southeastern part of the United States. Give me some fried okra.
Oh, man. Okay. Here we go. Georgia at South Carolina this Saturday, 12 o'clock, SEC Network. Who's calling the game? Do we know?
I don't know. I don't know who the new Beth Motens.
No.
Is it? Is she still at the 12 o'clock spot?
Probably
it
so.
might be. I don't know.
Well, good thing I'm not watching it from home.
Yeah.
All right.
Could be wrong. I don't know.
Adam, give me your score prediction.
Clark, I really think back to what really matters, talking about this game, after what we have alluded to after last week's game, this is going to be a great week of practice. I really feel confident in saying that. This guy's going to be dialed in, man. Good offensive game plan, good defensive game plan to contain Spencer Rattler. This team will not be intimidated by the environment going in. The young guys have matured big time in the past 2 weeks. It's a special group, Clark. I really think Georgia's going to roll, start off early and not let up. And I really feel good about this, man. I really feel like it's going to be a blowout. I'm going to go 51-13 Georgia.
Golly. Adam, I hope you're right. I'm going to go more along the lines of 41-10. I don't think they get past 10 points.
That's close to what we've seen in 20 when we went over there and in 18.
Exactly.
So, I like that score as well, Clark.
All right, Adam, give us a pep talk.
All right, baby, here we go. SEC's starting right here, baby. This is going to be the first game of the SEC schedule, first true road game, man. Going into Williams-Brice to make a statement. Always good to go there and get a dominating win. A lot of people saying this team is the best team in the country, Clark. This team is the best football team in the country. Offense is going to be rolling on Saturday at noon, man. Going to start off another year where it's an undefeated regular season. And Clark, SEC schedule, just roll right through the East. First on the chopping block is Shane Beamer and the South Carolina Gamecocks. South Carolina fans are going to be hyped about this, thinking maybe this is the year that they do it. But this is not the year they're going to do it, man. This is the time where Georgia's going to go in, Clark. All the hopes and the momentum, the parades are going to happen on Friday. The people are going to be having big-time tailgates because this is a big game for them. The cockabooses are going to be rocking, but it's not going to matter. They're going to be back in their cockaboose, sipping on their wine and eating the wine and cheese crowd and eating their cheese with their 2 fingers and sipping with their glasses and their 2 fingers with their pinkies out at halftime and just talking about life, what all those Gamecock boosters are going to be doing, because this game will be over at halftime, baby. Dogs big, Dogs roll, 51-13. Kirby Smart coming out of there with another win. Get fired up about it, baby. It's time to let the big dog eat. Go Dogs,
Go
baby.
Dogs.